need to share a bunch of life updates with you guys. That was another bust. Let me just set you guys up over here. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabs. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I need to share a bunch of life updates with you guys while doing my makeup. So I'm actually already at my uncle's house and I just packed all my makeup essentials in this bag and I'm just going to be applying it and doing it as we go. So I'm going to be doing my base first. It's going to be with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter and sunscreen, which is a toning one, so it's a little bit like a foundation, if you will. I don't have anything to hold back my hair, so I'm just going to use my glasses. This is a little bit not the usual type of vlog or anything that I do, but because I am going through a lot of changes and those changes will be affecting my content very soon, I just thought this is a perfect time to just come clean about everything. That sounds a little bit dramatic. It's nothing dramatic like that, but they are major changes. So let's go through them all together. If you're seeing the title of this video anyway, you probably have an idea what I'm talking about, but we're kind of gonna be treating this like a FaceTime so that I can update you guys on all the types of things that I don't normally share on social media. It's the perfect time to just air it all out and discuss it with you guys. For the first order of business, we are going to Korea next week and then moving houses the week after that. I wish I was kidding with you guys, but no, everything is happening so quickly and back to back, and I'm I'm quite stressed out about it. I'm feeling a little bit flustered, but it's not a bad kind of stress. I feel like it's the kind of thing that excites me and is making me very anxious at the same time because I don't feel prepared for either one, whether it's the trip or the move. I don't feel very prepared for it. We still don't even have a place, but we gave our notice to move out of our current apartment on October 1st. And as you guys know, we're already mid-September almost. The funny thing is, all summer I was trying to plan a trip for my husband and I to take a full break from working, from fostering, from everything we've been going through this summer. It's been a pretty busy and chaotic summer, so I was excited to get away and have a relaxing trip somewhere. And ideally I wanted it to kind of coincide with our 5th year wedding anniversary, but it just kept not happening, so we ended up just scrapping the whole plan of going on a trip. And I was like, okay, that's okay, I can just settle in and get ready for a good and productive September and then a calm autumn. But then a couple weeks ago my husband was like, actually, you know what, I would really like it if we could go to Korea. He was feeling homesick. I was kind of missing Korea as well because the last time we had gone, it was in 2023, and I was just ready to go back for another visit. So I agreed. We hopped online, looked at some flights and booked it immediately, and that was one of the most last minute trip we've ever planned. But I was excited because I was like, you know what, it's gonna be an impromptu nice trip. It's an easy trip because we've been to Seoul and South Korea in general so many times before that it just feels so familiar and we don't have to over plan. The accommodations aren't going to be hard for us to find. So we were like, okay, even though it is last minute, it's something we can pull off. It's a familiar place, it's gonna be fine. But then as we were looking at the flights and everything, we realized that it would be a pretty good deal for us to take like a layover kind of flight, and then we could also end up visiting Hong Kong. And it's a place that my husband has been wanting me to visit with him once, so I was like, I'm down, let's do Hong Kong. And then after Hong Kong, we realized that we would also like to visit Shenzhen for a day. So then now it's looking like not such an easy to plan trip. It's a little bit more complicated. That obviously requires time and effort to research and book hotels and book various connecting flights and trains and such. So that aside, around the same time, my husband and I got talking about how we want a change of pace. We just want a change in our environment, in our neighborhood, in our type of apartment that we're living in. So we were like, I think we're both ready for like a change now. So we gave our notice. And we thought it would be pretty simple. Like if we were diligent and looked at a lot of apartments and went to viewings and things, we thought that within the month we'd be able to find our next place. It's not looking that easy right now. There's a lot of movement happening. A lot of people seem to be moving around right now. So all the apartments that we like get taken off the market like in a snap. So we've been feeling like we're missing out. It's been a little bit disheartening. And at the same time, I love our current apartment so much so that I don't really feel like I want to settle for anything that's less bright bright. It's like, as a content creator, you always need to think about how bright the space is. And I work from home, so my work and home environment is a 2-in-1 deal, and I have to love it so much so that I can be productive and have a good mindset and have a good mental health kind of situation. Anywho, all that to say, it's not been easy. I definitely don't recommend planning a trip and a move in the same month, because right now it's looking like, well, in a week we're going to be in Korea, and then we're going to be gone for 10 days, and then the last week of September, which is honestly less than a week, we have to pack up and move out by October 1st. We're still going on viewings. We've had less than 10 viewings, and this weekend we've had 3 or 4 already. We have one more right after this. It's a lot, but at the same time, it's like, this is life, you know? So it comes with the highs and lows. But yeah, it's been taking a toll on my content, I guess. I haven't been able to film as much because at the drop of a hat, like if a place tells us the viewing's happening today, we just have to drop everything and get to the viewing as soon as possible, and then put in an offer as soon as we hear that we like it. Okay, it took me an eternity to just get everything spread out, but I think this is all evenly distributed on my skin. It definitely isn't full coverage, but I like this combo together because this makes your skin look all dewy and bright and so hydrated, and then this is obviously the SPF and it's toning. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a bit of, this is the blush filter by Huda Beauty, and it's a little bit on the darker side, so I kind of use it as semi-blush, semi-contour. Let me see. And like, I just use the tiniest little bit. I just dab it on because it's so dark. Anyway, where was I? Right, so we have already booked one of our accommodations in Korea, and then the couple other ones, we've already done a bunch of research, and we'll be getting on top of that very soon. But finding our next apartment in Vancouver has been proving a little bit more challenging than we anticipated. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's just about keeping a positive mindset and staying grounded and not lose hope, because that sort of starts to happen to me. As soon as I miss out on a couple apartments, I feel like it's somehow my personal failure. Like I didn't make the deal fast enough, or maybe I asked too many questions, I didn't put in the offer, I didn't look eager enough. But it's really not about that. It's all about timing and perhaps your chemistry with the landlord and all that kind of things. So it's all right. It's nothing personal. I'm just trying to tell myself that, and we'll keep looking and find the perfect place for ourselves. In the meantime, we're really curious that if we don't find something by the end of the month, I mean, hopefully we're hoping that by the end of this week, if we can figure out we got our next place or not. If not, we might have to just tell our landlord we need a bit more time. We'd appreciate it if we could stay until November 1st so that we could go for a few more viewings and find something suitable. But yeah, that's everything in regards to our trip and our move. And now I wanted to talk about one more thing. I just have to finish my eyeliner. This one, I'm not sure if I can do it on camera. I'm gonna do this off camera. Nope. Okay, eyeliner is done. It's good. I hope it's good. The last order of business, I just wanted to discuss my thoughts on, I wanted to just talk about my thoughts on fostering, because if you had watched my videos from a couple weeks ago, you would have seen that I just kind of abruptly told you guys that I'm fostering this little puppy named Roma. I was trying not to make a big fuss out of it. I was just trying to casually say, oh, you guys, I have a new foster dog. That's just kind of what I'm doing, because I wanted it to all feel like a very low-key casual thing. I didn't really say anything else about how I came to foster Roma. I did make a little YouTube short about how I've always wanted to be a foster to dogs and cats or animals in need, but that instance when I came to foster Roma, it had not really been planned. I just came across a friend of mine who was posting about how she wasn't able to continue fostering this dog that she was helping out, and I just felt like I should step up because I have the capability. I raised my dog Pico from when he was a puppy, so I knew how to raise a puppy and I knew how to train a dog, and I was willing to open my home, and I thought, you know, I would be happy to just help see it off to its future home. I'd be okay with that, but I feel like I really underestimated what an impact it would have on me, what a toll it would take to eventually let go of the dog that I felt so bonded with. So that seriously took a toll on me. Once I saw him go to his future home, I was initially so happy. When I saw Roma's adoptive parents come over and meet him and like say hi to us and everything, I was so excited for him because I was like, you know what, these people are so kind and they love him so much. This is gonna be amazing. But then a day passed and then another day passed, and I just felt this huge void inside me. I felt like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? Should I have adopted him myself? Like, should I have applied at least, because my dog loved him and he loved our dog and we loved him. My husband and I got along so well with him and his personality was just so good that then I was like doubting everything. I had always been a one and done kind of person when it came to dogs. I just wanted to spoil my one dog. dog. I had no plans of ever having 2 dogs in my house, but then when Roma came along, I was suddenly doubting all my life choices and everything suddenly felt like the wrong choice. But then as more time went, I realized that no, it was a good thing. I did a good thing. I kept Roma for only 3 weeks, thankfully, wasn't too long, but I trained him every day and it was actually pretty challenging. Like he was peeing and pooping everywhere. It was like the puppy phase, you know, where like they really have no idea how to do anything. He wasn't leash trained. He wasn't even like crate trained at first. I crate trained him myself. And you know, the whole thing of raising him from puppyhood felt like he was just mine. So, but yeah, right after Roma, the agency reached out to me and said, there's another puppy 4 months old in need of a foster. Would I be able to help? I instantly had the urge to just be like, yeah, I'll dive into another one, then that'll fill the void in me. But then I was like, you know what? No, I'm so sorry, I can't help out. I actually have a trip planned for September. I won't be able to foster another puppy right now, which is probably for the best. I'm glad I had that plan, because if I had just jumped into another fostering situation, I wouldn't have actually been able to sit with that uncomfortable feeling of having to let go of our foster puppy. But yeah, so that's my thoughts so far. I don't know if I'll be able to foster again anytime soon, but I think I need to work on myself. If there's anything to do about like letting go of a puppy, I feel like it's always going to be hard and painful. But yeah, that's everything that has been up with me so far this summer and what will be up with me for the foreseeable future. I guess you guys will see my YouTube video reflect everything that I've just talked about so far. I believe I'm going to be doing a plan and prep with me for Korea. I really want to show you guys what I'm going to be doing for this next 10-day trip. I'm very excited for it. And then also obviously I'll try to do a vlog for Korea, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, all of that fun stuff. So stick around. And that's everything for my life updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!